三宅とまずらなあかんとかの食器をこうやってら。The National Spangled Banner. Standig.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. On the shore dimly seen through the mist of the deep, where the foes haughty host in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning surge beam, in full glory reflected, now shines on the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh, long may it wave.
have honored America, honored Uganda in double portions, honored Tooro. Mr. Chairman, I would like to welcome you to the podium so that you can welcome your people, your conventioners, to our fourth biannual convention happening here in Woburn, Massachusetts. And we will ask for the father or a brother or a pastor to come and bless this convention with a prayer. Please, before the chairman speaks, can we, Pastor Belinda, please come and bless this convention with a prayer. Ugiteke mu ngaro za Mukama tusobole kugenda kurungi. Omuntu wa Mukama naija kutuha esara. Pastor Belinda twakusemererwa apuli.
We have some friends who are not Tooro, so I'm going to use both. And just want to thank God for all of you who have joined us here. I'm a resident with Dr. Kisembo here in Boston, Massachusetts. We've been here for a long time, so you are welcome. And I don't know what to say, but Father, we just want to thank you for TAA, for all of us, the Tooro, friends of Tooro, relatives, dear friends who are coming to join us this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, as we celebrate, as we come together, as we share our culture, as we work together, as we get to know one another, as we begin to rise up and make a difference back home in Tooro. We want to thank you for some of us, for our children, grandchildren who have been born outside. Time has come so that they know their culture and where they come from. I'm praying for each and everybody. I want to thank you for the committee that has done tremendous work, Dr. Kisemba and all the others, and everybody, those who are flying in, those who haven't flown in, bless them. Bless our time together. In Jesus' name, amen. Ruhanga bahum gifsa, mabaragange, Nwanyeta Isaac Belinda Apuli, Kakura Kampala, Chonku wetu, Bunyangabo, Chikonda, Kwasiri gwa Kivale, Kakura Kansanga, Muyenga, Aguniga Mabaragange, Ndimsaidia, Numcharomu, Avana Mukaga, 2 grandchildren. And I'm glad, alom Tooro actually, nyemba mchotara, chonkabero vino kairagura, alom chotara, aliye nyuma, now Dr. Ivan Edwards is a Lieutenant Colonel in the USF Air Force, and is a doctor. I just want you to welcome him. He's joining us for the first time. And what else can I say? Nibie, Tom Belinda is my young brother, and I'm glad you welcomed him. I've been trying to bring my sister, my young brother, Bona Balohan. So welcome Thank you. God bless you. Tusamerirwe muno muno muno. Mwewale kuija kuno wetu. Boston. This is where God lives.
webala Poli Esara webale noku tuha olubazo lulungi inywena twabasemererwa Lieutenant Colonel, thank you for serving America, sir. We thank you. Mr. Chairman, Dr. Kisembo Akiki, tukutangire oije obaliza abantu bawe twasiima muno obugalo bwa kyamaani abooluganda.
MC otyo muno kujja kuntangira hano abantu barhanga inywera bali hano emyenda ya Tooro n'abarungi bona ba Tooro na omukyala wange adyeri alihali n'abaana nenya nimbatangira mwewale kwija. My former chairperson Amoti naye tukutangira kuruga mu capital city. Nabona abarugire Tooro mwebale muno kwija. You have come to, this is the greatest state in the whole of US. Why I'm saying the greatest state of all of the states? We are very liberal. We accept anything. And we pass anything. In the great city of Boston, 60% of people are not born here. They're all immigrants. And we are known as a sanctuary city. So everybody is welcome in the state of Massachusetts, and everybody welcome in the city of Boston, and of course in Woburn as a suburb, as a part of also greater Boston. We welcome you so much. Feel at home. Nobody will shoot you because we have the strongest gun law in this state, in the country. You can walk, you can go anywhere at night. But since you have come for a convention, I think you're going to confine yourself in this area. I know you have spent all much. You're spending your time here. But I'm requesting you that every minute you spend here will learn a lot about Tooro American Association. Tooro American Association is yours. It's not for the leadership. The leaders come and go. As my predecessor, Amoti Bakasara Albert, he came, he was among those people who started this organization. He came, time came, and then he handed over to me, who was his deputy. And today, I hope, this week before we leave here, also I'll have the chance and the privilege of handing over the administration, the leadership, and the management to incoming administration. Please try as much as you can. Don't get scared. Don't fear. Accept the privilege of leading the organization, which is so great. This organization has now been in red. Every administration which leaves, it leaves in Uganda, they said they leave it in green. But here we say, leave it in what? In black. And it's my prayers that you're going to leave it in very bold black. so that the administration which comes after us should not strip so much, should only add on what we are leaving behind. Yes, I know this is not a speech, this is only a welcome, to welcome you. The rest of the things I'll speak in tomorrow in my speech. And also my administration, which I don't call them, I call them my colleagues. There's nothing you can do without those colleagues. But again, I can't leave here without thanking the hosting committee of Boston. You have done the work. And thank you very, very, very much. I know this is the beginning, but I know you'll make it. Your commitment is second to none. And your love for the organization, I'll let you know, the hosting committee, their love for the organization, for the commitment, is second to none. So without wasting much of your time, again, I welcome you. I know Her Excellency is not here at the moment, but she's with us, and her officials are there working hard. So we also, in absentia, welcome to Her Excellency and all the embassy officials she has come with. Aboki webale muno, n'abantu bweze nabo. Mutyo muno, MC, thank you.
Chamani weitu omurungi, Dr. Kisemba Kiki, kantwale nanyo mugisa kusima, aborubazo rurungi nokutangira mu Boston area, specifically Woburn, Massachusetts. Mbere twamanyise wangu noborara batawota sazinga hazona noja garuka olukurungi. Egi commitment ya amani muno, kurangu cha amani abaina kurungi mu ngaroze, na bitaga hanu twena tulukurungi tusemerirwe. Na bwekyo chamani katugende ha programu nkwe kulibata. Allow me to invite our former chairman, Mr. Albert Bakasara, who will be presenting the overview of Tooro American Association so that we can have that history of what TAA is and what we stand for. Ladies and gentlemen, Amoti Bakasara.
Hello, Webala Tuoki. Thank you so much. Chairman Akichi Kisembo, with your team. It's really a pleasure to be in Boston. And thank you for everything that you have done so far. So all of us have come from different places, and I know you'll hear these speeches. Some will be good, some will not be that good. I hope mine falls in the good category. But I want to tell you, and as I'm looking at you, and people are trickling in the room, you look beautiful, you look handsome, welcome. Some might even have heard rumors of the demise of TAA, Kafa. My retort is usually Mukagizi Kanka. So I'm here to tell you that those rumors, that gossip, that talk, that news is greatly exaggerated. We are alive, we are vibrant, and we are on a mission. So when did we start and why did we start? As I've been tasked to give an overview. We started in 2014. I was the founding chair, but I never started the organization. If I remember well, it was a restaurant dinner where about 6 elders in our community had invited me. And when we left that dinner, they had selected me as the founding chair to stand up an organization. Lucky for them, I had the experience, I had the training, I had just finished my MBA, and I said, this is an easy task. But it wasn't that easy, but we did it. Why did we start? We wanted to create an organization that was different from all the Ugandan organizations that existed at the time. So we had the benefit of hindsight to say, hey, this is where they went wrong, we will not. Professor Kisembo just said something very important, and I want to repeat it so you guys can internalize it. This organization is 10 years this year. He said, since we began, we have never been in the red. Let me repeat that. Since we started, the organization has never been in the red. I want you to go find a Ugandan organization, the diaspora organization, whether it's UNA or Buganda, I don't care, and I'm not bashing anything. I want you to go find one that can claim that record. You will not. I will add to that, Akiki, there's no vendor who has ever worked on our event, and this is like the fifth one. Fourth one. No vendor who has ever worked on our event who can stand and claim out there that they've never been paid. So it's not that we're in black because we didn't pay somebody. We are in black because one of the benefits of looking at the failures of other organizations is that you set up an organization that works differently. To add on to that history, Akiki Kisembo told you that he hopes to hand over to another person. I've been recognized here, and I'm the second person to speak at this convention where he's the chair. That is rare in Ugandan diaspora organizations. Sometimes you go to UNA and you will not even find the past chairman who just left a year ago being given a microphone. That's also something that we looked at the other organizations and we said, why? So our friends who are not here, for one reason or another, they're going to miss this great event. But we will send them the message that we started an organization to unite us as Tooro in the diaspora. We didn't start an organization to make money. We didn't start an organization to enrich ourselves, at least not in the way, in the monetary terms. We wanted to enrich ourselves by empowering ourselves through networking, through community, through service. I will read the mission of TAA. We have a website. This is a non-profit organization. It's a 501c. You can give us $1 million. We will spend it. We'll account for it. And you can write it off as a tax deductible. But let me read for you the mission of Tooro American Association. It says, the mission of Tooro American Association is to galvanize an expansive Tooro diaspora and friends of Tooro of North America to strengthen our community ties through networking, empowerment, and supporting each other, support the development and charitable programs in Tooro sub-region, and to foster a cultural understanding and restoration of Tooro values and traditions through education and support of Tooro's cultural institutions and programs. Again, empowerment is really at the center of this. And later on in our skilling and education program, where I'm scheduled to say a few words, I will expand on some of the programs. I will wrap in some of the things we have done since we started. But for now, I will not hold you longer. I will hand over the microphone back to Atwoki. The overview of Tooro American Association is really that. So when you hear people say, nyonda tungira munka, what's benefiting for me? The great benefits is that. Empowering yourself, networking, meeting people that you will never have met otherwise, that is it. We did not start this to make money. So there's no Fundraising. This is a non-profit organization. If we want, we can set aside some investment club that can yield profits for us, but not Tooro American Association. This is where we come to celebrate our culture. This is where we come to network, to empower ourselves, to have our kids meet each other, to also see colleagues we haven't seen in a long time, to enjoy ourselves and celebrate Tooro and each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Morty, Albert, Rungi Oru, Noktoha history ya TAA, kandi tuongera kutuoleka umuhanda kutusemerire kuba ntugenda nokumanyisa ensi ngu TAA is still here, and indeed we are standing tall. We are doing amazing things, and we continue to do those things. Following up on our program, allow me to invite. At this time, we expected to have the embassy staff. I think they are here. Embassy staff. Her Excellency is here. Who from the embassy is available so that they can give us some remarks, and then we take it from there. Thanks, Morty, Albert.
DJ Bash 256.
Okwamatandeka wanderizoba nyowe newe kituro change kitandugaro bajo igufa yange nkozoire burungi butonya byarabinyonywa olimuko wabarungi ruhanga amperiwe obe mulinzi wange ndasobya ondegera abakuru ni mwana w'omuntu tindi kurumya ngujwire ngozi ruhanga namanya oli kisembo ky'omutima gwange oli mugaju olugendo lw'obwomezi wange lutandikire bwino bw'obutage omulungi nkuzoire wansi yange iguru nirihinde nzura yengo
Abooluganda, we welcome omuntu mukuru kuruga ha embassy ya Uganda aija atuwalize. Twenda kusiima na ba board members ba TAA nywena bali hano. Please, you're welcome to TAA, and you can come to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jolie Bakwega kuruga ha embassy ya Uganda. You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jolie Bakwega. I'm a counselor at the Uganda Embassy. I'm so happy to be with you today in this association. As you may have been informed, I'll be talking briefly about the consular services the embassy offers. And Her Excellency Ambassador Kakonge will be joining later to talk more about the embassy and the relationships and collaborations the embassy has with the Ugandans in the diaspora, and in particular, this association. The embassy, on top of other services it offers various services in the consular area, and these are enrollment and issuance of national identity cards, that's Ndangamuntu, passport and issuance enrollment services, citizenship and dual citizenship services, emergency travel documents, the Uganda electronic visas, the e-visas, and the authentication of official documents. Some of you have already had the opportunity of enrolling for the national IDs and issuances, and also today we came to offer you these services. We have carried the national IDs. We have quite a number that we will be issuing out for those of you that have enrolled. Now, for the passports, as you may be aware, the old blue passport, the Ugandan one, was phased out, and what we have now is the new East African passport. We have 3 categories. We have what they call the ordinary passport, the light blue passport. We have what they call the service passport for government officials. And then we have the category of the diplomatic passports. So those are the type of passports. And if you happen to have the old one, we are requesting you please to visit the embassy website. All the information is on the website. You log in and you apply online. And then once you have paid and payment is successfully received, then you schedule an appointment and come to the embassy. Maybe to mention that you do not need to take any photographs, all that will be taken at the embassy. Now, when it comes to the citizenship and dual citizenship, many of you who have been staying in the diaspora have either upgraded to the US citizenship. I may say upgraded because it depends on the nature of work you may be doing, or the status you may have that enables you to now switch to the US passport. Now, when you become a US passport holder, you now no longer qualify to have the Ugandan passport, because Uganda does not accept you to have 2 nationalities at the same time. I hope I'm being clear. Am I? No. Okay, I can repeat that. When you have a Ugandan passport, right, and you change your status and you acquire a USA passport, now you will lose your Ugandan citizenship because the law does not allow you to have 2 nationalities. But what happened is that there was a request to have your Ugandan citizenship again, to claim it. And this is when the law of the dual citizenship was introduced. in that if you have now the US passport, you can now apply for dual citizenship and acquire the Ugandan nationality again. I hope I'm making myself clear. Now, many of you think that if you have an American passport, you still retain the Ugandan nationality. No. The only way you claim it is to acquire the dual citizenship, and the information is on the website. And of course, we get complaints, how can I pay for a visa when I'm going back home? What we need to let you know is that it is the document in your hands that speaks for you. I may be Kafero or Bakwega or Byaruhanga holding a US passport. But the system does not know that I come from Tooro. No. It is the definition of the document you're holding that determines the status you were at that particular time. So we are appealing that for those who really have not done that, the information is on the website. It's at $200 only, and you get back your dual citizenship. Rather than flying home every time you travel, you pay $50, and yet it's $200, and you are able to get back your citizenship. Now, yes, because at the time you pay, you've spent more than you need to, Okay, now when we go to the emergency travel documents, this is a document you need, as it says, an emergency. When you are in an emergency, maybe you need to rush home, there's something very urgent, and you may not have renewed your Ugandan passport. So in that instance, you can go on the website, download that form, it's there, attach two passport-size photos, enclose a money order of $50 in the names of the embassy, a self-addressed envelope, and then you ship it to the embassy. It takes about 2 to 3 days, working days. Put a photocopy of your expired passport as well, and then the emergency travel document will be shipped to you. But remember, you will need to do your passport in Uganda before you return to the US. Then for those who are still holding the US passports, there is the e-visa now. It's called the Uganda Electronic Visa. You apply it online. Everything is online. She's shaking her head. Everything is online now. It's no longer like I'll get my visa on arrival. We get a lot of calls where people are saying, why am I doing it? Why can't I get the visa on arrival? Now, during COVID, as you may appreciate it, the whole world was closed. And the government had to devise means of enabling people to travel, especially during emergency times and when the borders were partially closed. So the e-visa system was designed, and it's very, very easy to use if you are able to log online, and we appeal to you to always go to the right website. The best way, if you're in a foreign country or in a foreign land, is to always visit the embassy website. Now, many times people go to wrong website, and that's the challenge we are having. Somebody will go to a third-party website. A visa costs only $50, and the person ends up being charged $150, $200. Now, these visas these websites sometimes they change a little bit to mirror to the embassy website or the immigration website. The entity in charge of issuing these these visas is the Immigration Ministry of Internal Affairs, and the website for the visas is www.visas.go.ug. Or you can go to the embassy website on www.mofa.go.ug, Then you go to Consular services on the website, and then you scroll down to the drop menu to where you would like, which service you would wish to take. Authentication of document is another service the embassy gives. This includes certification of documents, maybe birth certificates, academic transcripts, marriage certificates. That's another service the embassy does. So again, it is at $50. The same process you do to send the emergency travel document, and we certify your document and we send it back to you. Now, there is also the NGOs. For those who are applying for NGOs, you have to go through this. There's a form you download on the State Department. You fill it out, you attach all the certificates of your NGOs, and you send them to the embassy. What I'm appealing is to always refer to the website. All this information, I can't, say it all. Now, for the other service we get is when we have our Ugandans here who come on what we call a J1 visa waiver. This is normally like a work visa where a sponsor allows you to come and work here. These visas have a time frame, and once it's about to expire, you can also send it to the embassy. The best way is always to courier your documents. The guidelines are again on the website. Once we receive that, it is certified and sent back to you. The other service the embassy does is, of course, certification of documents for transportation of remains of deceased persons. When our loved ones pass away, the embassy again has to certify those documents, including the death certificate, and usually the turnaround is 1 day. For that service, the embassy does not charge you. It is a free service. You normally need to go through a funeral home here that does all the paperwork. There are guidelines, again, on the website, and once we get those, we certify and ship the paperwork back to you. Other documents that may not be listed here, all the information is on the website. And what I would like also is to say that we are appealing to you to come and develop back home. You need these important documents, especially the national ID. If you want to transfer your land, if you want to start your business, if you want to open a bank account, this is an important identification that you require in terms of investment and other services that you may need to do back home. Remember, at the end of the day, east-west, home is best. So these are the few services I'm mentioning, but we are inviting you to really come back home and build Uganda. We thank you so much for listening. I don't know if you may have some questions. We are in the other side of the room. If you need to check on your IDs or ask questions, please come and check with us at the other side of the room.
Anyone with questions? A question or two?
Thank you, Councillor Bokwega. So I have just two questions. One is, we recently saw, I think, a posting that if you lose your passport, you have to go back to Uganda. in order to apply for a new passport. So I just want you to confirm whether that's the case and the reasoning behind that, since we have an embassy here. That's one. And the second quick question is about electronic visa. My experience is that each time I have to apply for an electronic visa, we have to upload documents. If I go every year, are those documents, do I have to do that each time I apply, or are those documents kept on file so I don't have to keep uploading them every time I apply? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. As you may be aware, there is some issues in every process that happens. Immigration Department released a press release to that effect. But unfortunately, some Ugandan passports were being used in a negative way that was affecting the image of a Ugandan passport document. And there were complaints that were being raised. So this was aired out, and they are working tirelessly to address that. But at the moment, at the embassy, if you still have your lost document, the process is still ongoing. As it's been going, you are required to get a police report, pay the lost fee on top of the booklet, and submit your application for processing. Thank you. Now for the visa, for the e-visa, every time you apply, you need to attach documentation, of course. What's the purpose of your visit? These are the standard procedures. I'm sure you may appreciate that once the visa is utilized, the information does not automatically stay in the system. It's like when you travel. The next time you travel, the airline will not have all your information. You'll re-enter your documents, your names, and all that. So once the visa is utilized, then you need to reapply, you need the documentation. But there are not so many documents. There are normally the yellow fever vaccine certificate, your biodata page, and some of you who say you are just going to visit family, or relatives. There are different categories of visas. If you say you are going for tourism, the system will ask you to attach maybe a hotel booking or a reservation where you are going to stay. It's like me when I'm coming to the US. They'll ask me, where are you going to stay? For how long? All these are the standard procedures. But the documents are really not so many. Did I answer your question, sir? You're most welcome.
Any other question?
Thank you very much, Madam, for the presentation. Good presentation. My name is Aloysius Bingi. My question is, as an embassy, we know we live in a peaceful and quite stable country. But do you, as an embassy, have a repatriation plan in case an emergency happens and people need to be repatriated back to Uganda? Thank you.
Thank you so much. The embassy does that when the need arises. When COVID hit, was it 2020, 2021 there was a repatriation of Ugandans here who were stranded. The embassy worked tirelessly with different tour and travel organizations, and Ugandans would register, and then they would do what they call a specialized shuttle service. And the travel agent that they were working with would actually make arrangements with a particular airline to repatriate Ugandans back home. And many of them were repatriated back. Now, the most important thing is that we appeal to you to always register yourselves on the embassy website. For all Ugandans in the diaspora, please register yourself. You never know when that emergency will arise. And sometimes we may wish to call upon you for different reasons. We go through that through that list and reach out to you. It may be somebody who you might know that is in need of an emergency or help. So it is very, very important to register and to look at the services that the government is going to offer you. Because, for example, if we said how many of us are in the USA alone, to get the figures, how many Ugandans are living in the US, who would give me an answer? We can guess and estimate. Mr. Chairman, you can estimate for me. How many do you think? Maybe. Mr. Wakasara, how many? And frankly speaking, it's like we are more. The number is even going to almost 500,000. But we don't have that information. We don't have those statistics at hand. So it's very important for us to register ourselves. So actually, if each community would give the embassy a list of your registered members, we build it up. We say Tooro American Association has so many. We say Basoga Twegeite has so many. We go to Buganda Bumu, has so many. When we do all that and encompass it together, then we can know how many Ugandans are in the diaspora, especially in the USA. And it will help us to reach out to you.
Thank you so much. One and final question here. The rest of the questions will be led outside by the team as we follow the program. Please.
Mine is not a question, but to thank the embassy. We recently had an experience where our daughter was traveling to South Korea. 2 weeks to the travel, we realized her passport had expired. So we reached out to the embassy, we did an application. We were surprised. In 3 days, we had a new passport. So I just want to
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for efficient service.
And we are saying always give us good feedback, because normally all we are getting is you don't pick your calls. You people, where are you? We need services. But when we hear that, we also get, encouraged, and honestly, the system is quite good. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you have your passport at your doorstep. Of course, I know people might say, well, flying to DC is costly and all that. But if you look at, the convenience, you get your passport rather than flying back home. I think it's to the benefit of an applicant. And I also give an example. If you're an American and you are and you are in Uganda, because people say, why can't you put different centers? And you are in maybe where I come from, Kisoro. American embassy is based in Kampala, so you would have to come to Kampala. There's no embassy in Kisoro. And also there's one thing I wanted to say. Kindly, the system is serving, the immigration system is designed to serve the entire Ugandans in different missions plus back home in Uganda. So we have challenges of where people come during public holidays. Now, when you come during a Ugandan or USA public holiday, the embassy will be closed. So kindly always visit the embassy website, and we try to make sure that we put that information on the website. We are still working on the website, bear with us, but as soon as you visit the embassy website, you see the dates. We have put them in red, glaring red, for at least people to always see that, because you don't want to purchase your ticket from California and you come and bounce at the embassy. So thank you so much, and it was my pleasure to come and speak to you.
Very comprehensive information for everybody here at TAA Convention. I would like to thank you, Mama. Twashemerwa mnonga.
Ninye nakira.
Yabari.
Mpako yange, bampa boki. Nyo ninyo aboki, nasemererwa muno, okwija hanu, in the Tooro American Association.
Webale mwana boki, twasima, semerirwe webale. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big applause for the Consular for this good information that she's provided.
Just one announcement. We open at 9 to 4 p.m. today and tomorrow. 9 to 4 p.m. please. You are all welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is comprehensive information, ladies and gentlemen. That is the information we need to understand the processes and everything that happens in Uganda around paperwork. We will have the entire team from Washington outside throughout the convention. Please utilize the services. Those are free services out there. I mean, they will be talking to us. You don't have to pay them to talk to you. So go out there, pick your ndagamuntu. It's very important. And if you don't have a dual citizenship, just make sure you check it off and have it, so that you're able to transact and do good stuff in your country back home in Uganda. For those who ask themselves very many questions about paying for the visa, don't be like the guys who drive here on common law. The guys here who drive on common law, they have no license. They'll say, no, I'm traveling. I am not supposed to have a license. In Uganda, that may not work very well. So please make sure that we get empapura zino tusobole kugula itaka kandi itaka libe mu mabara gaitu tusobole kukola ebintu tuombeke Uganda itwena. As moving forward on our program, and nyenda kubasima for being attentive and asking very good questions. Embassy tesimwa muno. So that's a testament to what the embassy is able to do. So mugende ebintu nibikorwa titugaruka munanke amakuru ago gona no gatunga mwanyogo hano hati ahandi hona waragasera togatunga. So going forward, I would like to invite to the podium here two people. That is Amoti Philip Kisembo and Abala Baguma. These will be talking about our strategic opportunities for the youth in North America. If any one of you guys is available, please, you're welcome. Anyone available? Abala ija exija otuhorwazo opportunities in Singanto hanu mu North America.
Is this one working? Okay. A very good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to introduce myself. My name is Brian Bala Baguma, for those who don't know me. And I'm a software engineer. I've been working for a company that most of you know. It's called AT&T. And I'm here to talk about the youth. But before I talk about the youth, I want to first thank everyone who has turned up here to come. Thank you for coming, for honoring this invitation. I want to thank Dr. Kisembo and his committee for organizing such an event. Kukwataniza abatoro, itwena tukabahamu, This is very, very good. And please keep it up. Also, the incoming, I don't know who the incoming president is. But please keep up the good work, like how Doctor has done. For the youth who are available right now, I would like to say that the main thing that you would have is to network. Network, network, network. Your network is your net worth. Let us use this opportunity to get to know each other. Let us use this opportunity to get to know what we are doing, what different fields we are in right now, and tukwatagane nk'Abatoro as an association, tuemanye, tuyambagane as people who come from the same culture. Without saying so much words, I would like to invite the next person, who is it Philip? Yeah, I don't know whether he's around. Aroho. No. Yeah. And for all the youth that are available right now, in my age bracket and people who are a bit older, tuhurize bazaire baitu bakutugamba, and let us try to emulate the culture, the Tooro culture, and the values and everything that we learned from back home. I don't know whether most of them are born here, but if you come from where we come from, Tooro, tugirenge, so tubabantu barungi. And let us keep the culture, keep going on. Those are the few words I have for.
Thank you so much, Bala. Nyombe nkwesera Bala. Naja kuhura Bala. Yegini yampako. Bala. Bala tina Bala. Obena everunge bekia mahara. Tooro Norwegera mu America. Ninyenda kuongera ibigambo bitaito habi ibigambo bya Bala habana baitu. America is wide, and America will either destroy you or America will build you. But depending on how you kick off as a young man, a young woman, that directs and guides your footsteps towards success. If you start off and not being a good listener, then you're bound for trouble. So be good listeners. There are so many opportunities out there that are waiting for you. Just keep yourself in shape. Keep yourself a good kid. Do not be on the wrong side of the law. Just stay straight, and things will come to your hands as in Singanto. So ensi yone yanyu beitu tuetegeke kurungi ensi gukora kukwata ebijuma byaye byarabe tuheire kandi yeki kyona ntukora tutandikira umuka kwerabya kabana abatoro kugenda mpora ikintu nokorora mberikiriyo kitegekire atara kupapa kugwa mmetego yotarariyo kugwamu ebintu nkebe byona ntubiguruka. Webale muno Bala habwe ibigambo birungi ebyatugara mu amani kensinganto nyoti yindi ndi muzeyi hati abasigazi bataba abandi sazinu ninyenda kubaha aka break ningera kasemerire tenuk katunywe aka coffee aka chai tugaruke hano mu dakika nka 15 mudakika 15 hano nkijya kutandikira kutagata itwena tugaruke after 15 minutes tutandike bishaka aboruganda mwebale muno mwebale
Gendo mutabare dokita wange iroko gende omutabare omulungi rumanyire kujanjaba gendo mutabare dokita wange iroko gende omutabare omulungi rumanyire kujanjaba kitulage tinja kanka maira bare kankulye butosa nonulira Ekitoke kya kitika nikinura bairaba Baitiwe nokikira kunura Baby baby lekankulya butosi Oli murungi
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to Diaspora TV. As you can see, we have a lot of people. A lot of people here on Diaspora TV. They are Tooro. This is Tooro Convention. As you can see, we are having a break, a little bit of break. And we're going to be back and you'll hear more people talking about different things. Investment in Tooro Kingdom. And in Dagamuntu, they are also here. As you can see, if you're outside there, you're near Boston area, you can pop up on 15 Middlesex Kano Parkway here in Woburn, Massachusetts, and get your Dagamuntu. For those of you who registered and you're still outside there wondering, yes, you can pop up here and you'll get your IDs. If you have any questions about your passports, how to register for passports, how to get dual citizenship, or anything about the immigration, pop up here at 15 Middlesex Kano Parkway and get all that information from the embassy executives. They're all here waiting for you. And for those of you who registered for IDs back in the days or you haven't picked yours, all of them are here. Come and they will give you one, provided you appear here. Don't send anybody to come and pick it for you. Just pop up and you will get yours right away. This is Diaspora TV and Alan Watson is my name as I give you live broadcasting here at Crown Plaza in Woburn, Massachusetts. Thank you for watching. And we're going to be back, as you can see, if you are in Chicago for other conventions, if you're in Dallas for Twegate, we thank you for attending those events. And you learn a lot from those events, you know what I'm saying? So be pop-up, and I'll be telling you more upcoming events which I will be on calendar, actually. Yes, basi bane banja batubaniriza wano ku Diaspora TV. Omukolo gwa Tooro Convention era nga bwe mutulaba abantu bafunyemu ka break katono era bagenda kuba bakomawo very soon. Abawandiikibwa for Ndagamuntu namwe muli suppose ozikima wano ku Crown Plazas in Woburn ku hotel Jangu ku 15 Middlesex Kano Parkway Jangu ekime Ndagamuntu yo buli kimu kitambula bulungi. Right now bafunyemu ka break katono bagenda kudda batubuulira ebirala mu investment, banking and land sales and n'ebirala byonna ebiggwa mu kko eyo tujja kuba tubiwulira wano ku Diaspora TV. Mwebale nnyo Alan Watson gemanya tukyagenda ddala mu maaso bwe tukomawo ngenda kuba mbabuulira events endala eziddako eziri ku kalenda kati nga Una Convention where it's gonna be n'endala Buganda bumu wegenda okubeera next year. Ebyo nanja kuba mbibabuulira wano bwe tukomawo. Thank you so much. Alan Watson is my name. And keep watching Diaspora TV. Subscribe and we'll give you updated. Thank you. And thanks for watching.
Ngambiro kazaro wange Murore omusime wakuzeire Mawendo mutabare dokita wange Iroko gende omutabare Omurungi rumanyire kujanjaba Gendo mutabare dokita wange Iroko gende omutabare Omurungi rumanyire kujanjaba
Follow the sweetest DJ on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at DJ Bash 256.
Okwamatandeka wanderizoba nyowe newe Kituro change kitandugaro bajo Igufa yange nkuzoire Burungi butonya Byara binyonyo Ole muko wabarungi Ruhanga Amperiwe owe mulinzi wange Ndasobya Ondegera bakuru ni mwana w'omuntu Tindi kurumya Ekisembo ky'omutima gwange oli mugaju olugendo lw'obwomezi bwange lutandikire bwino bw'obutage omulungi nkuzoire wansi yange iguru nirihinde nzura y'engonzikebwe wansi yange dora niwe wansi yange oli kyakyo ky'omutima gwange niwe wansi yange kempara y'omusana nga lwirwe buyaka nindasa karo kabikona kaliruga halinye kurahire kyange kyawe kinyange humura ninkakulya omutima gwange gwawe eruba rufuyonka kwahukana amatu gange gali kuhura amaiso gali kurora emikono yange eri kukwata mumuyaga tindijwaha oli kisembo ky'omutima gwange oli mugazu olugendo lw'obwomezi bwange lutandikire bwino bw'obutage omulungi nkuzoire
My one night stand, I'm gonna stick on you. My one night stand, my one night stand, I'm gonna stick on you. My one night stand.
She's my pretty girl, never run away, never let me away. You are my living girl, never take your life, never give your life half your way. Yeah. Woman and girl, you are my boom boom boom, like a car, you are never set up my life. Yeah. Me never live, I never must attend to you, never live, I'm beautiful like your queen. Yeah. Never give life away, yeah. Never set your way away. From my heart, you are my queen. Never give me a life away. Me won't never set away, see the cool kind baby. Me won't never love so good, never run away like you're a cheater. Yeah. See, never live that easy. Fight so easy. Give me your love, you are baby. My angel, my angel. Life is so easy. Give me your easy.
Abwere mubichu na hamaizi Fati fati potebo no guslenda Dora sigara 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 Kanya kona kakara na kajumba bagine Wenfundo wa hips na wagine Wenana na tagine bagine Gonzir kundo mkwano byona bimanyisala Para bagiko aile gisumure Sumura Bakisumuro gesare Para bagiko aile gisumure Sumura Bakisumuro getare Para bagiko aile gisumure Sumura Bakisumuro gesare Para bagiko aile gisumure Sumura Bakisumuro getare
Afemwe omudugavu omumpi omuwanvu omugagga omwavu n'abagwa mu mukwano nange bwentyo nafunayo omuwala njagala ennyo ne mmuwa omutima gwange ndabirira bulungi yanfaako omukwano gw'anamadala oyo siri mujuzo omwana siri munumya omwana nayaka nayaka omwana nayaka nayaka omwana nayaka nayaka omwezi neta ala ya stima omwana nayaka Nayaka, oh mana nayaka. Nayaka, oh mana nayaka. Nayaka, kumwezi neta araya stima. I'm gonna show you love tonight. I'm gonna dance with you tonight. I'm gonna kiss you girl tonight. I'm gonna take you there tonight. Show you my mama, show you my auntie, show you my sister tonight. Show you my papa, show you my uncle, show you my brother tonight. Oh mana nayaka, nayaka, oh mana nayaka, nayaka, oh mana nayaka, nayaka. Kumwezi neta araya stima. Oh mana nayaka, nayaka, oh mana nayaka, nayaka, oh mana nayaka, nayaka. Kumwezi neta araya stima. Amazima gali baby girl, ndoli mzuzi yange ikira. Amazima gali baby girl,
Owo mezi rugendo tubulya amakora nyencha nitugenda. Owo mezi rugendo tubulya amakora nyencha nitugenda. Life is a hustle, oh oh. Life is a hustle, mama mai. Life is a hustle, oh oh. Life is a hustle, mama mai. Kamuru chacha, nisaba ruhanga, teka makasati. Ndabe yo mutawuni, kusera kasente, abo wange babeho. Abana basome, kurakurane, obo mezi beburungi. Dura nokora, omugaiga, takusasura, kugaruka omuka. Osangala ni lodi, la kubanja, hameziga kahunga. Ogamba abana, baganabe, otamwamu amani. Okayenda kwa yita, mweseremere, eseremere, otawa mamani. Obo mezi rugendo, tubulya amakora nyencha nitugenda. Obo mezi rugendo, tubulya amakora nyencha nitugenda. Life is a hustle, oh oh. Life is a hustle, mama mami. Life is a
Singende hawawe kubongamba nawe nikaba wange ngonze bana bomukansoli toma mutukata waisa nekamuhonike engonzi tichwa mugongo namwatitamiza amabiri tufoke barongo. So good to know. Come on, me so go mugo. Come me so good to know. Come on, only tika chwankizi. Come me so good to know. Come on, only tika chwankizi.
She said she wanna come to me. She said, "Call me a singer, boy, you for me." Only dream me one time, come. She said she wanna come to me. She said, "Call me a singer, boy, you for me." She said she wanna come to me. She said, "Call me a singer, boy, you for me." She said she wanna do me. She said she wanna get to love and go see some rasi. On dire, on dire. On dirait la roulia la vous. On dirait come and show you my vibe. She said she wanna come to me. She said call me a singer, boy, you were for me. She said she wanna do me. She said she wanna get to Moses on Rossi. Tick tock, like I saw how you are for me. Girl, I like the way you bounce it up. No muhanda, no rumyawa dance. You got your vibe. You got me like a criminal. Put me in the cage. Yeah, you got your vibe. You got me like a criminal. Put me in the cage. Until the muka funda. Dire, come and show you my vibe. Let me see you with a dark gal in the dance hall. When you dare, just a mommy come in on your way. Just come on, me wanna see you parking in the air. Yeah, just come close, come touch on me, body go down. Baby, come close, put on, baby, go down. She said she wanna come to me. She said you could me, Singapore, you were for me. She said she wanna do me. She said she wanna get to know the roses all around me. She wanna drink, chupa haju, but she don't wanna make me feel like a man. All she wanna do, party have fun, but she a real dance all queen, takumba. Don't do that. Love champion.
Kigwe na nyengwe nuko karoko muka niwo ungonza leka ngutwale nkuleke ebirunge byo waitu n'abazaira banzaire mbakusime nuko twegonze niwe mubarungi niwe hey hey niwe omurungi wange hey hey niwe mubarungi niwe hey hey niwe enyunyuzi yange hey hey in my life niwe kererezi in my world niwe nchanganura in my day to day niwe mpumuza the superstar of my life yeah so let me love you leka nkugonze hey. Let me care for you leka nkurolere hey. Let me be your superstar leka mbe mukuku wawe allow me be your superstar leka mbe nyomyo yawe mubarungi niwe hey hey niwe omurungi wange hey hey
akagambo karungi karaze mpisi harugo niwo wamutuma kwenda oli kimuli change oli twizi twensuha tetumanyiraho kubisa mpumura ensike hinduke dinayiwe for better for worse ndozire namara usahukira impindura nkenyunyuze mu mwanya nyowe ndi mwezi ekyerezi kyawe ongonze nkugonze oli kyanzi kyamata beitorani beitera tebasesa oli bulungi butonya nokiresi yonna omutima twala 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 akagambe ngonzi kataito kulemera nkalengeki nyuguti nazonka mu rujungu omuhendo tekagambwa mbera bahasalinde nsita engonzi nkuhere nyowe neiwe Producer Nyamba Oniye mu biroto Nasa
mukwano nyamba nyamba onyera mu birooto ntasa onyoleko mukwano nkolekere buli kinyine sigaire kwajuramu omutima nigumangamanga bae together no kudojinga you make me remember in the days better vitiremo kwehuro egenesunga until they had the sentence until they happened oh you for the love of legend now you come best to them oh you for the love of legend baby nyamba nyamba oniye mubioto tasa tasa onyoleka mukwano nyamba nyamba oniye mubioto tasa onyoleka mukwano nikalire hayiga heru y'omutima dinzira omusamaliya ogu alikumatiza nikalire hayiga dinzira omusamaliya dinzira omusamaliya mbyebe mbyebe oh mbyebe nyamba nyamba oniye mubioto tasa tasa onyoleka mukwano nyamba nyamba oniye mubioto tasa onyoleka mukwano
Port Bell Drive.
Yeah, Sandra Ujimba izire hao Runye flonka kwata musumali hamba Ako nebigambo mbikaya nka kuyazi ako abafere mu runye flo Nyimba terazi opo Ndi present a register mba haire protocol nyowe Taha tafu mkakasa naba anko Nga fresh mind nebigambo tinywa kitoko Weta we kujanka tandikira mwazonto Maingi mutamanya ni banyeta toto Whisper mujipopo Yakorazi moto hati track angigyo Muleke tonto When you trust in your legacy you rise from a zero Nyowe hip hop a rank and pikire ha hero The one female rapper haitaka bunyoro Muleka maro Timutu sobora
tibakusobora kutusoborekya tulesere kubasobora tukaija tubatekera unyo sensi mitwe yabuzi n'ensonga nicyo cwenka babaire nibasobora kuzigonjora abaina amaiso bakaba batakurora hati bakaguze habita kitubakora ninye maxman at a missing a target I always keep my finger on the trigger gatomberenga nitobagira flows ezibatera nke kibaba mtekaguza habwaka amaiso gaikara ningabenga we on the area code to spitting a lyrics atifumura buli stranger kunyaro hip hop nitobagira idea kusikare tibabikenga
okagwire bukire amazima gali mwana mota likautingambire ngokagwire tukakuzire ngokasemerire selo rhymes rap star kazano ngasingwire okagwire bukire amazima gali mwana mota likautingambire ngokagwire tukakuzire ngokasemerire selo rhymes rap star kazano ngahangwire yo wendi mutoro chenjeje niho nzarwa ndi mwana wo muhemba hip hop we kanswera cyangara mate cyali kitana mapu niho nazairwe ansi yizoba mbiro ihecyorya bari nibamanya ngo motoro gusamu rapa niko kaire bakimanya ngo akusinga na hasangu mbaya hata kushuchuka na bamalaya jalo rhymes jam master ninya kubatwara sabe mbebe kama twohure kingamba ogu mukama ruhanga no yatolekera umuhanda gwo kubahambya kurorangu nito twabasanga bakenda gagiroti bakusindika mbihanga ngo bakamba ubwito mamba turanka abana ebinangwa ebyo kutwara amapapaganyo tukabyanga mutureke nitulenge tuzira umuhanda nk'ababanda abo kuba mbere tukubaliza hati nito tutyari bana
Hello. About Uganda TAA membership, let's reconvene. I think we've had a good time stretching our legs and having some wake-me-ups, some coffee. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen, and reconvene. get the convention going. We just ended on a very high note. Please come on in. Isaha twazirabizamu obudakiko obundi. Kororango amaguru mwagagora. Akachai akakofi mwakanywa. Itwena tugaruke hano twikare. Tuhulireze embazo nungi. Yezu kutuombeka nkaba Tooro mu America. Aborganda. Aborganda, let's reconvene, ladies and gentlemen. Reconvene, ladies and gentlemen. Itwena abanyakuri aheru mwije tugaruke mu main hall. Uje na akachai kawe. Uje na akakofi kawe. Mwije tugaruke mu hano. Abo kuba nyina akantu nkujya gukora mwaje kaferwa. Murahuke. Ladies and gentlemen, let us reconvene. Let's come on in here, please, so that we can get this going. This is broadcast live worldwide, and that is brought to you by Diaspora Television. So we are not the only people who are convening. The globe is convening as well. So let us not be the ones who delay the others out there who are waiting for us to discuss. Please come on in. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. The rest of the world is listening in, and we are the main celebrants here. So let's come in and continue with this wonderful occasion. Akazina nakienda gamuna kakatiti mtitira kankora ganyo. Isenyo na antira sazono huwa kankwata kusa. Aboroganda ninyenda kubatangira mu main hall muno mwije mugaruke twikare twongere kuhulireze ambazo no kwega mwije hanuna iyo murauka hanuna tubazi kandi abari kurinya mubeyireke mwije hanuni inywena betanuna kimanyisa bayije nambere yenda hano Aborganda. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. Let's get going, and everybody else will join in as we move forward. Time is not on our side. We need to stay within the limits of this program. So after the break, we are 15 minutes off our time, so we need to catch up very quickly. And Chairman Albert Bakasara, you're here, Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, can we come in and listen to our former chairman, Albert Bakasara, dissecting the education, dissecting the education and skill development. Come on in. Ninyenda kusima board members abakuru abatandikire TAA inywena na mbere muri ba pioneer members inywe abwekiroto kyanyu ninywe murekere twaba hano eki kiamani owanyu kiroikaraho emyaka giona tulikara ntobasima na abwekyo mwebale chairman wange ija orubazo ha skills na development.
Thank you, Atwoki. Thank you so much. TA family, welcome back. So this part of my presentation is going to be a continuation of my earlier remarks this morning, because we started, I left off telling you that I will tell you a little bit of what we've done so far. So before we go to education and skilling, which is one of the things that Professor Kisembo has instituted, let me first tell you what we've done so far. Earlier this morning, for some of you who were not here, I had talked about the unique values of TAA. We've always been in black. We don't fight over elections. Somebody was asking who's going to be the next chair. We don't even know who the next chair is. In green. Black. Don't confuse me, Doug. Black means is good. Black is good. Black is strong. So we've always been in the black. And I mentioned that we're not in the black because we've ripped off vendors. We've always paid our vendors on our functions. We also do not fight each other in the sense of, as you can see, I'm the former chair, but they've given a microphone. So now I want to tell you some of the things we've done. During the COVID, we were the only diaspora organization that had the COVID fund. A COVID fund. A member in good standing, if we were approached either directly or by a family member of somebody who was sick, and they were a member of Tooro American Association in good standing, we sent a check of, I would send $500. If you were associated with us on a WhatsApp forum, or a relative, or a kid, and you were not a member, it was $250. That actually happened, and there may even be people in this room who can testify to it. It's true. We were also the only Ugandan diaspora organization that sent help to Uganda when Uganda requested help. We sent oxygen cylinders, oxygen regulators, temperature guns, to the tune of over $10,000 to Uganda. We were also a close-knit community, our close-knit community of network that we have around the country. When we knew that somebody was sick, we didn't stop at sending them money. We would ask who are the Batoro in our network who were near. And they would cook and take medicine and do everything they could to take care of those people, especially those who were alone, stuck in the house, in their houses. People did that. People did that. I personally would drive, and some people still even have my dishes and flasks. I would leave the stuff on the door and call somebody and watch them crawl out of their basement and get the stuff and pull it in. That's how we pulled each other through COVID. So those are some of the things we've done. We have helped Tooro Education Fund, because at that time, when I left the chairmanship in 2020, we did not have a TAA education fund. Dr. Kisembo started that. And thank you, Akiki, and your team. So previously, we were associated with Tooro Education Fund, which is the fund ran by luminaries in Tooro that help underprivileged but bright youngsters. So we will collect money and we'll pass it through that organization because we didn't have that structure. And like I said, Akiki has rectified that now Tooro will have, TAA will have its own fund. Again, that makes us unique. So we come to education and skilling, and the young man Bala was talking about the career and encouraging the young people in the room, and even older people, to network. That's where I want to start off. So this education fund, as Akiki's vision will be, and the new incoming leadership, will help us realize that. We will identify bright kids in our community and fund them. Remember, TAA is not an organization that was started to help Uganda. This is our organization here. Uganda, we can help because that we are attached to them. If they have a battle cry, we respond. But first and foremost, it's us here and our children. So youth leaders like Bala are coming in, I would encourage them to join the organization, network, encourage each other, and realize that vision. Again, like I said, we haven't done a lot of education and training for TAA because we didn't have that. AKIK has started it. But it is you, the young people in this community, that will continue. I want to end this brief presentation by telling you a story that combines skilling and networking, which are really at the core of our organization. After COVID, my very own cousin calls me from Uganda, said, my son has gotten an internship in San Francisco, but he has no accommodation. Anybody who knows anything about San Francisco, rents are through the roof. So I talked to my, my cousin. I said, okay, let me see if I can use the network of Tooro in the US to see if there's anybody that I know in San Francisco. I put out a call. And Tooro, who had been a member of our organization when he was going to the University of Maryland, had gotten a job at Google in San Francisco, Samuel Baguma. Samuel responded to the call and said, Robert, I see you're looking for this person. I was like, we don't have much. We have a house. If your kid is not one of these, he can come and sleep on the couch. And he does his internship. The young man came, completed his internship. Now he's a medical doctor in Malaga. That's a true story. That actually, he almost lost his internship because he could not find accommodation, and the school was not covering that. That is the power of Tooro American Association. That's how we can help. You have the kid coming to Georgetown, you don't know anything about Georgetown, you don't know. We're going to say, hey, who in this community can put up this kid? You have a young person coming from Uganda. People don't know that when we reach here, some of us who reached here and did not have TA, we suffered. We came here through the embassy. Pulikatenta didn't have this organization. So we were learning. By the time our ambassador was returning to Uganda, some of us didn't even have driver's license. I had a State Department driver's license. But now, I want an American one. And I've been in the country for 2-3 years. Nobody told me. He said, hey, that only works in DC, State Department is not going to get you a job. Nobody told me. I didn't have a social security number. So these things are why it's important, especially in the area of education and skilling, when kids are coming here. Now, we're here. Some of us have kids that are heading into college, others are graduating. How do kids learn and know which universities to apply to? To tap into these scholarships that are everywhere, but we don't know about them. He's a software engineer. Some of the youth in your homes who are aspiring to do things like that, approach him, ask him, how did you get to become a software engineer? What is involved? What school did you go to? What did you... And that power is going to be at this convention and similar conventions in the future. Again, it's not like we put something on the program to hoodwink you. It's true, we have not done our own education and skilling, but I encourage you, the parents and the youth, the ballas who are coming in this room, and their friends, to keep this up, build it. The beauty of this organization is that we don't have anything that we do in the sense of saying, oh, we support a school or we build water holes. No, it's what the members decide to support, it's what we do. At this point, we've decided we're going to hold the convention in urban Boston. That was our mission, and that's why we're here. This year, that's what we did. Next year, if we decide we're going to give a kid who needs a $10,000 scholarship, that's what we will do. The sky is the limit. And as I said earlier, you may have some rumors, and Tooro, that news is greatly exaggerated. We are here, we are vibrant, and we're here to stay. Because it's necessary. It's necessary for us in this foreign land to stick together. You don't have to like me, but if I have a good proposal, you better sit down and listen to it, because it's for your own benefit. You don't have to like, we don't have to agree on everything, but we should not also be disagreeable, whereby we pull down an organization with such potential, with such power. So again, thank you. I don't mean to preach, but those who know me, I'm passionate when on the things that I care about. I can go on and on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amoti Albert Wakasara, and all the things that involve scaling, development. We can leverage our existing organizations to deliver more serious value mu bantu beitu. Munyikirize recognize an iron lady in our community here, the president, I think, of Boston community, Afande Momo, Uberaho Avantu. That woman, she has turned around so many things here. And I keep watching her posting stuff. These are the leaders that we need who speak truth to the status quo, who fix stuff. So, mubintu ebimwe TAA, ebyokozere, ikintu kino kikansagara mutema muno during COVID. Because TAA is ours, it's supposed to take care of us. We lost a member here one time. Our treasurer, Arali. At that time, kugarumuntu womuka, you had to be near Maniki. Which power? I don't know. Supernatural. But we pulled every unimaginable string to make sure that Arali gets home. And we did just that. So, in honor of Arali, please just know that we do so many things here as a family. So, there shouldn't be anything that breaks us apart. Any temptation that we can drift apart, please do not fall for that brahaha. So, and I was at the funeral during COVID with Arali Vingi. So, we will be there, we will come, but let's get together so that we can discuss the things and know how the organization is moving, get deeply involved so that we run this organization efficiently as it is set out to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward on this program, Amoti Albert webale muno kutuha urubazo rwa education and skills development katugenda maiso hanu na haro hanu the education fundraising. Now, I do not have somebody who's going to lead this initiative, and it looks like I will lead this initiative. So Amoti Albert did talk about it in his presentation, and this is a brainchild of Dr. Kisembo, our chairman. Ikintu kinu kikuru muno muno, and talking about leveraging existing organizations in Boston community. That's why we can hold the camps. Is abana baitu abakunu tugamba abakwenda kwega software mura tukola aka camp hali babigese baba aka boot camp abana batandika gukora organization yawe nkuru muno ito kukozesa nkorutindo orukwegesa abana baitu abatiye. So ikintu kintu tukora tuti iwe mukama wake banzo ije chamani kandi hati iwe the brainchild or hano ni intandika kubaza ikintu kinu tuhe direction turole unoso kuba no sera miliyoni yemwe abasajja bagikalira hanona.
Ladies and gentlemen, itwena tumanyina na turukuruga na abana baita kujana tubamanya kubakusana in my career of teaching at the universities, I've seen abana baitu abarukwija baina needs to be helped. Even starting from CNA or HHA, we have a need. And some of them baija tabaina papora. Can you imagine? Na said we can't na bora. Abantu bakora amabaraga abantu bandi. But again, they want skills. Hatu kandi okora omwezi gumu gwonka, omuntu kwata CNA na akoraki nikyetagisa just a 1 month training, and that is about $1,000 only. Hati nikaguza kakoba tuli mhanu omwana izire, and she only needs $1,000, and he gets his minimum skills, HSS skills, then no atandikiraho, and then we help him or help her to grow. Within 2 months, omwana guninja kunatunga at present $20 per hour. Na yemerezaho. Then what I'm asking is this. Ngo buliyo mwenda atino bwase dole muyonka. It will go on TAA account. Tooro American Associate account. Twina account yaitu. You can send money through Cash App at this time. Our ina kalamu kihandi, it is $1 sign yako. Nota TAA Incorporated. INC. Then sente nigenda. Hati, it's very, very, very simple. Ikintu kusaba byo mwehayo cell phone. Aina cell phone agiheyo. Muzihe cell phone zanyu?
Akantu wako mukahandi musimu. Ninyenda kutandika Qur'an ne bumuliki hano.
Cell phone, your cell phone. Yonka. Hati taho gena mu Cash App.
Yeah? Make sure or take.
Let's start with the Cash App. Nuko tugenda hazel, nugenda havini. Just tanka Cash App. Hati genda haka Cash App wako. Then typing out. Akarugamba either to pay, either to pay, rundi to receive. Hati aka receive kaiho. Taho to pay. Then taho mugamba aho sende zorugonza hayo. Hati what again for what answer? TAA education. Or TED education. Kantu kavanti malirako nja kwizera. Hati akore kyone kora aho the miracle. Ebintu bigende mu maiso. Abana wita wizera hano tuba kuonyere. Tule kubanaga. Sente yoka is so powerful. Nija multiplying as much as you can. Hati bana mukora nkeki kandi ndeyo alo kumpe kikaguza ikindi. Yes.
And I'm asking, I don't intend to be the skunk at the party. Clarity is always very important and it helps. So, this is a new initiative under TAA. Who qualifies for this fund? What do you consider in order to release funds to a given person? So I think, I'm not saying that we should not at all, and I'm going to contribute as well, but what I mean to say, give us a little bit of what is involved in this as a new initiative and who is meant to help and, yes, so, yeah, but for all of us, we need to have that kind of understanding.
Member, to be helped. Let me, chair, the former chairman of Agami, sent us here like Tooro, Mutefe, Mutoro Education Fund. Had to our own. The last money is to Ataireyo Education Fund. It was last year, 4 million. It was Hiremu Education Fund. Had to agamba sente but zinu it our before we concretize it. To collect to send zikadro zuhavali. Let's have give the money. They are already prepared. They already and they have criteria. Then Center of Kwijanda, we put our own criteria soon. We are going in a AGM meeting tomorrow at 2:00. We are going to set conditions or priorities. What criteria are we going to use? It is tomorrow between 2:00 and 4:00. From 2:00 to 4:00, we have AGM meeting. Hasente yonka yinyo mugende mu maiso. Zigenda account yanyu. What criteria you are putting in Jakwara?
Chamani wevale. Abatungire receipt rundi notification ngu basendingere muri tuli bayinga. Na, abasendingere. Aba pledge nango habera hatora ka pledge. Ako nkajagaruka betu ninyenda ko basime inywena habwa kalema ako bwangu kutwateka mu amani korora ngo akasente kaija kandi nabara online inywena neinywe niyo practice through an exercise through abara online, everybody online. Please our cash app is TAA Inc. $TAA Inc. Send the money. This money will be dedicated to the TAA Education Fund. And it does miracles indeed. So, mutuhereza sente ezo na abakyala hani inywena kandi otarora ngo kataito $2, $3, $10, $10, $2, $5 nawe mubeine tikazara mbosa nikakuliza kataito kagya muliso owa $4 nawe ni morora hana roho owa $5 nawe mubeina ikaliraho nyiga akapesa ako. But this is an ongoing exercise. It doesn't end today. Na pledges nazo ntujja kuzitwara. Beitu ogu mulimo mukuru muno korora ngo abana beitu twabaha skills ezibakwetaaga kutandika. Aha. Twina Zell chamana akazel tukasindika nka. BOA omukuru wa sente nuwona katugambere
to Bank of America, our new account. But make sure you emphasize that it's the educational fund, not the TEF. This is educational fund. To get it, educational fund, USA maybe? TAA educational fund. That way we can differentiate.
So, Zeo hati eza account zona tuja katuformalizing account zona tuja kuzibahereza.
For Zelle, you can open your phone also. It's very easy. Put there 857. Yeah, it's easy. It doesn't cost anything. 857 3. Mahandiki ampora 857 363 0387. Kanjgarukia mpora ampora 857 363 0387. That money will arrive there. It will be transferred to TAA.
Chamani nyikiriza mbanze ngambera abantu beitu hano TAA ekirunge kibakora mu dakika zentaito abantu 16 batuhereza sente. 16 people have given us, contributed towards the fund. the education fund within those few minutes. That is the power of TAA. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's how you do it, and that's how we all do it. Chamani orubazo oruwa sente education fund orukuru ndwija gumaho twongere abakuhereza muhereze mutajwaha umutima omugabi ogu mongerekemo habwokuba zabana baitu zigende ha education fund. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite Arali Bingi, who will be presenting on investment opportunities and the process available in the greater Fort Portal city for the youth and adult diaspora community. Arali Bingi, you're welcome. Obgaro.
Thank you, Douglas. Chairman, all protocol observed. As you've heard, I'm actually called Honorable Bingi Aloysius Arali. Entirely, I'm from Fort Portal, North Division, as a city. So Akiki and Douglas, I thought you guys had a projector, because my presentation has a lot of pictorials, has a lot of information to show. But if we don't have a projector, can be sigalizi, simuyangi. Okay, so today's discussion actually is going to be on investment. I know we all came here to the United States to make money. Sa muntu akuija kubia ngwa akaija kuyogonza kukoraki tukaija kupagasa. Kandi kupagasa oku abatoro bagamba ngu akaibo kagenda njweri no arakigaruka mweke. No angwa akaibo kagenda njweri kagenda kusera kandi. So we came to United States kupagasa and make money, then akaiba kutukaleki tukagaremuka. But I want to start, our presentation is going to have this outline. We're going to have, I'll take you through a little bit of what Fort Portal Tourism City is. Then we'll look at the opportunities that we have. Then we'll also look at the challenges, because definitely opportunities come with challenges. And finally, I had some pictures and videos to show about the new Fort Portal, but unfortunately we can't get the projector. And then finally we will discuss. So, how many of us have actually never been to Fort Portal City? Just to be honest. How many of us here have never been to Fort Portal City? Abandon Mwesereka, but I know some haven't. Okay, if we all have been to Fort Portal City, let me ask you, how many kilometers from Kampala to Fort Portal City? Let's try to be organized. Someone with a hand up? Yes, sir. 350. Okay, 290. Yes. 0. Oh, miles. Yes, you may be right, because we talk of kilometers in Uganda. Yes, sir. 98 what? Kilometers? Whoa. All right. Akik. 298. Okay. Now, you can see we all claim we know Fort Portal, but we don't even know how long it takes from Kampala, the capital city, to Fort Portal. But I'm going to give you a little bit of data for some of you who don't know. So Fort Portal is actually located from Kampala 316 to 320 kilometers from Kampala. And that also depends on where you start from. But most cases now, you start from the post office. Some signposts, because they did the road, the Northern Bypass and the Entebbe Expressway, sometimes people, when they reach there, they think they've reached. So that's why we put in that plus or minus. Fort Portal City is a tourism city, and that covers throughout the whole of Albertine region. So we all know where the Albertine region starts and where it ends, I'm sure. No, you don't? Do we all know the Rift Valley? Where the Rift Valley starts and ends? Oh, God. Okay, so for that purpose, Akiki, we're going to upload this presentation on the website. Yeah, so Fort Portal City covers an area of 128.7 square kilometers. And that includes Fort Portal City North and Fort Portal City Central. So the former municipality was divided into two and then added on other villages to actually make up the percentage of the people which were required for it to be called a city. So that added some parts of Karambi, Bukuku, Muivale, and other areas to try and make it bigger. That's still the background. I've already said we have 2 administrative divisions within, that is Central and North. And also we have around 22 wards. When I say wards, I don't know what that equivalents to in America. But wards, they are not villages. So you could have a village like Bukwali, but Bukwali is also divided. I'm saying Bukwali because I come from Bukwali. Bukwali is definitely in the Central Division. It is a parish. Now, within that parish, we have different wards, so we have like Nyakavale, we have Nyakavale A, Nyakavale B. I know I can see some of my village mates there, but for them, they come from Bwera C or Bwera B. So those are the wards we're talking about. That's what makes up Fort Portal City. Okay. So, it is located, of course, in Western Uganda. If we have guests here who are actually not well versed with Fort Portal. And it is bordering, for some of you who might have stayed here too long, so Fort Portal is bordered by Nyakagongo, Mugusu, Kichwamba, Busoro, and Kiko Trading Center. So all that area that falls within that is Fort Portal City. And I'm sure some of you may probably not remember very well some of these villages, but we shall get there. Now, what are the available opportunities for investment? This goes for both adults and our youth here. So I left the United States in 2023, around September. I just returned yesterday. And the reason was to actually go and taste the water. Because we've had so much stories, we've had so much conversation on WhatsApp and everything. So I wanted to really go and find out where the truth lies. So I've been there pretty much 8 months. So what I'm talking about, don't question and say, this American guy, what are you talking about? Now, the first I want to talk about as an investment area is tourism. So we were given that name, Fort Portal Tourism City. And the city was, of course, given to us. But were we ready for that city? I can tell you the truth, no, we were not ready. And that's the reason why you find that Ginger, for example, is now claiming that they could be a better tourism city. Kasese is also saying we can be a better tourism city. Mbale, so it's just because we are given the city and prepared, and we are still struggling to actually fit in within the city system. Now, that can be a challenge. But again, the opportunity is we have a city. Now, tourism, the way people looked at tourism in Fort Porto, they thought it's only going to benefit the likes of the Nyeka hotels, the Mountain of the Moons, the bigger national parks. But the truth is, tourism does not only go for that. At one point, when I was still campaigning for Member of Parliament, which I actually didn't get, I told people, Omunaku no Mugaiga Bona can benefit from tourism. We only have to strategize ourselves and see abanaku turakoraki kwatira habagaiga bana ba mahoteli so buli muntu atungemu. Now, this is where the opportunity comes now for us, because I know we probably have some money and we have some plans, of course, to invest home. Now, we can do what we call village ecotourism. You don't have to have hotels, you don't have to have vans, you don't have to have a lot of money, but you have to have the magazine to do it. Just taking our friends here we live with, the Bazungu, who go for vacation, to walk around your village, see how they do Tonto, see how they do Nsande, that is tourism itself. And what that requires, it only requires a small piece of land, which I'm sure most of you have land somewhere. And when we are talking of Fort Porto City, we are also talking about the villages that surround, even if you don't live in the city itself. So we can start small. We can actually help the ladies about Kora crafts. They are there. That's tourism. But the problem is, they do their vivo, their mikeka and everything, they get Tebaba sent as semeriri. So we need to have an organized society where, like, we can say, all the honey that comes from Nyakagongo gets processed in one place. So we call those cottage factories. We can do that. And we have ideas. I'm sure some of you here who have friends, also we can try to co-invest with some of those friends of Tooro. Two, we have land. Now, inyo abantu bamukama muramu kyalhan mutakaguzire mataka 40 mwija kugenda mujwale na bagamba ndinda kakiweyo atumito mukira birija ndigura akajwara na nyine nkanda hano umuntu asoko ngambire nkanda kiki hano mtoro hataliwa kasara atenyilizi nkanda kiki aha omuseja ikara nagama nyo birija ndigura ngo za hwayi so itaka abantu bamukama 40 niri hwayi kandi niri hwayi litatiri kwayo ngo lyagenda mwiguru ndilyagenda nkaha. We have people who have identified the advantage and the interests of Tooro, the credo of Uganda, and they have come in to buy land. Kantu kuja kubangira because they have their money, they are Ugandans, and they are entitled. Now, for us, what are we doing? I remember some time back, we came up with a plan as TAA to start investing in land and real estate. Yes, we did. But what happened? A few people came on board. A few people instead went aside and started criticizing and calling out people who had already showed interest to stop. The project died. Yes, hati abantu bamukama abatoro na abatoro kati. Ebyo bintu byantamuhira ihali ni itima. Ndora muti byakurugiremo. I'm being very honest. Arukunyanga na nyanga baitu kakuba ebyo bintu bitarugamu naito ntujja kuikara nka nembe twarugire kuli manyere kuli nawo kikakiriyo no kurugaira patikana tito twawezaho, we are exposed. Please let us stop that. Let us work together. I think as Albert Vakasara said, Makubebe, we shall reach somewhere. Land appreciates in Fort Portal every other second. Even if you don't do anything on it, just buy your land, leave it there, a couple of years, you'll have multiplied the cost that you did it. Now, land in Fort Portal is actually very expensive, according to the survey I did, compared even to Kampala and Wakiso. In Fort Portal, I don't know what really happened or what people discovered in that land, but land is very expensive. So we may not afford to buy it as individuals. Now, why can't we get together, form a partnership, and buy land? Then if I'm not your friend and you don't want to buy with me, look for a couple of friends, 4 people, 5 people. You buy land. And what we have done, also with the assistance of Akiki Sembo, we've set up a few people who we know who are honest, the lawyers, the guys who go to check how true that land is. So all that we can do it free. Those guys, we have already come up with them because I have a fair baingi, and I'm sure some of you have been conned before. Because you don't go, so you just pay and you lose money. So by the time you save money to actually develop the land, it's too late. Abandi, you buy air. In Uganda, this is one of the, I don't know if the ambassador is still here, or the representative. That's one of the biggest problems we have in Uganda. You can have a land title, but you go in the land board, you find 4 or 5 people have already that same title you have. And you will go to court, nibakusinga. So, because they have the power. But the good thing here is we have people who can go underground and check properly. If we find land has more than 2 titles, or it's not titled, Rundi Muentaro, we don't go for that. So at least we will have passed that stage. Then another area for investment is human resource. Now, this one comes especially to the youth, my friend. I don't know, the youth stops at what age? 35, from 18. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing many youth in this, in this meeting. I don't know, where's Mutekanga? Oh yeah, so you are supposed to organize as many youth to please come and listen to this. So, this is how we can invest in human resource development. Now, in Uganda, we have a culture, especially as Tooro, and you all know that they always say, Tooro bakoraki, baki, bagara. Yes? Oh yeah. Oivora botaka kihura oga moti dentol mutoro. Abatoro, bagara, tibenda kukora, benda kuchakara kuonka. Aha. So now for me, when I look here, I know we all have different fields of work. Aroba Professor Mbanu, we have nurses, we have accountants, we have guys working in government offices, and everybody pretty much works a lot here. That one, you can't contest it. Now, how can we get our youth, especially, to embrace the work etiquettes that we actually do here? Now, youth, you can get back together. We have in Fort Portal what we call the Youth Skilling Center. As TAA, you can once in a while send there someone or actually go online and teach the young people work etiquettes. Who knows where that skilling center is in Fort Portal? Anybody? Nope. Where in Boma? Yes, exactly. So we already have, government put there something. It's a huge, nice building, but nothing happens there. Yeah, nothing happens. Only thing they put Wi-Fi for the youth. All they do is go near and sit and start whatever, YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. So we need to encourage, and I'm sure once you go there as a youth from United States of America, a guy from Tooro, these kids will listen to you because they're actually desperate to get knowledge and to improve themselves. So that's one of the other projects that we actually have lined up. The other one is business. Of course, this one I kick Sembo, the businessman, and all the businessmen here, you understand that Fort Portal is still virgin for business. We have got a lot of rural-urban migration. But I Fort Portal like 5 years ago, and you go there now, you won't believe yourself. The whole city is already jammed up. You've not seen any car or any border. Now, that road in the morning, it is like as if you're in Wande gear. Everybody is going to town. So a lot of people have moved into the city. But they have moved there. What do we have to sell them? Inyanya no tungur? Yeah? So, as people living in the US, we have a lot of opportunities. The Canadians are there, Mexicans, I think they are also here. We just need to come up with ideas, like people do business here. And we get together, and we go and do business. Even if you just decided to sell these cameras here, like this my friend here is using. I've not seen any shop in Fort Portal which is selling class-of-the-art cameras. Why can't we? We can export these to Uganda and sell them. So, so many opportunities actually for business that we can do. Now, the other very important one is education. Abana baita abakiro wingi, they study in Kampala, in Imbarara. Actually, even now they are also going to as far as in Tooro and Kienjojo to study because people have put up good schools there. We have one of the best primary school performances. But then after that, kids do not go to better schools. So as TAA, as people living in America, why can't we get together and build a state-of-the-art school, high school, or even a university? And then we equip it with people, we equip it with whatever it takes. We make money, at the same time we help our people. And this, actually, if it continues like this, what happens when kids move from Fort Portal to other better education. We have one private university called Finch University. I think one of our friends here was board of governors or something like that. Was it Pastor Walinda? Yeah, so that university is actually meant to only teach medical. It has the surgery unit, it has the nursing, pharmacy, laboratory. It is not teaching us. So we also want to make sure we produce as many doctors, as many scientists like me, as many nurses like you, as many pharmacists like you, and those are products of Fort Portal and they will live here. First of all, our parents will get better treatment because we have a training school. So Victor Kalenza, actually, I'm part of the university because I do part-time teaching. So he asked me that TAA, we can actually push for the betterment of that university. It is a Tooro University, though it gets students from all over the country. Actually, there is no medical university in Uganda. That's the first of its kind, who teach only medical. They don't teach nothing else. So please, if you feel you want to be part of that, because he will sell shares, he will also attract investors. So you come and talk to me maybe on a tea break, and then we can, I can give you all more information. Then, Another thing that is killing us, I'm sure MC if I'm taking too long, but this is now money. You know, with money, you don't get tired. Agriculture. The biggest part of Fort Portal is very fertile. Even someone once said you can even throw a stone and it will grow. And that is true. For some of you who have traveled countries and districts in Uganda, you can testify to that. No, still. On that Mabale in Chaka, my friend, be careful, there are Banyachakas here. You can still, do you know in Kegegwa now, they're actually producing more matoke than Fort Portal? Oh, yes. In Kegegwa. They are. In Mwenge, people are now growing matoke. No, real matoke for eating. So the thing is, we just need to wake up, us as people who at least have been enlightened. How do we get agriculture? Now, in Uganda, we know we do agriculture for many reasons. First of all, for home feeding, especially and not for business. But we can invest in agriculture. We have ways which we have actually put down clearly how you can invest in different activities. You can rear cows, you can rear goats, you can do matoke. Do you know a price of matoke right now as we talk in Fort Portal? Do you know how much it goes for? A big bunch? Nope. Nope. No. You're going too high. Come on. Matoke is between 20 to 30,000. That is in Fort Portal. And in Kampala, it goes almost up to 60,000. Now, if the only problem we have in Fort Portal is we are not organized. We have now formed what we call matoke markets. There's one in Kitumba. I think there is one in Kachwamba. There is one around Kabundeire. So, but everybody, you go in there. That's why I wanted to show you pictures. It is so confusing. So everybody gets confused within that market. And in the end, they either get cheated by our friends from Kampala who come to trade, or they actually do not sell. So we need to have an organized system. And once you get it organized through parishes, say, abantu bakwali nywene bitoki byanyu mbiriti hano. Muntu neza kuja kubitabara. Aba Kitumba, Harugongo, nkaha nywene bintu mbiriti hano. And that will work. Farmers will get organized. They will also benefit as we benefit also. Because who will be in control of business? You, the investor. But then in doing that, you also help your people. I've given the examples of matoke only, but the people grow a lot of things. Cassava, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, all those things, but they face the same problem. Actually, I wanted to show you Kabunderi market on a busy day. You'd never believe it that, especially you guys who come from here for Christmas, it's very, very disheartening. Osanga enjure gwire, Kabunderi market, inyanya zona bazitekera aho, ibigana nibigenderamu, kasasire eryaho, everything is, I wish you would really have seen these pictures. Now, what happened? They built Impanga market. So we have a problem of leadership. That one I have to be honest. Not because Ngunka contesting Anagwa, but I'm telling you the truth. Now, they built Impanga market with money from, I think, World Bank. And it is shining and glittering, but nobody goes there. You know why? When they built that market, the guys who were in leadership, Batunga stores, each of them got almost a store, right from the cleaner to the town clerks and all that kind of thing. Now, they overcharged people to get those stores, and people refused. Now, that market, as good as it looks, it's empty. Nobody goes there. So everybody goes to Kabundeire. And the problems with Kabundeire, here you are competing with garbage and rain and mud and everything. But still people are trying. Now, how can we, as diasporians, get into that kind of area and do it for the better. See how like Whole Foods functions here. Can't we have a Whole Food in Fort Portal? And these guys bring in their food and fresh every day? We can. So those are things we need to start thinking about seriously. We just don't have to only think of investing in real estate and the cars and the stuff like that. The other thing I want to talk about is health. Our health is not something to talk about. Most of you who have traveled, those who work in hospitals or in surgeries, you know what happens. To get better health, first of all, you need to have good etiquettes. You need to have empathy to the patients. You need to be honest. And of course, you need to be clean. But I don't know how many of you here have ever visited Buhinga Hospital. Buhinga Hospital is a general referral hospital, regional hospital. But how many people have gone there? Even you guys, when you go there, yes, my brother, I know it is near your place. But how many times do you fall sick or your children go there? Why? Because you don't get a service. You get there, they will even tell you, go buy Panadol, go buy Mabendazole, go buy something like that. I mean, and the government, mind you, I'm not anti-government, but government sends drugs there through NMS, National Medical Stores. But the drugs actually either don't reach there or they reach there and immediately are taken into private clinics. Now, even private clinics are actually not better. So that's why I'm thinking, Kiki and the rest on the investment, please think of having a hospital, TAA hospital. Can you imagine if you actually can put up a hospital, a state-of-the-art? Some of us here will go. Say, we've got doctors here, we'll say, let me first go give a service 1 year, 2 years. And then as we work, we train other people, the etiquettes that we actually export here. So we can go do some more service for our people. I'm almost done, guys. Right. So I've talked about education, and we are saying I already have ideas of partners we can partner with. We have health. We also have people we can partner with. Land. I don't know if the Muhikirwa is already here. I think at some point, one of the conventions, the Tooro Prime Minister promised us land, which we could actually develop either into a hospital or a school. I think the breakdown, Akik Sembo may talk about it much more. So what happened? We have a problem, Batoro against Bang. Me, I've been in TAC since inception, actually. The first day, I saw Mkiarakatenta Apuli. Mkiarakatenta, thank you for coming. So please stand up for recognition. Amoti Ogu, I think Amoti Bakasara here, stand up for recognition. When we started TAA, some time back, there are a couple of others, Akiki, Kisembo, Mcharandege, Kagoro. Please, it's very, very important because right now as I'm standing here, I am very, very happy to see that we have actually survived the storm. We are still strong and we will grow strong. So many things have been done, not only here. And allow me briefly to hint on that. I know Akiki will talk more. For me, when I go to Tooro, actually, the first thing I always kinyebembeza is TAA. And then people know about TAA. They will tell you, people still have those cylinders you guys bought for COVID in the Buhinga Hospital. One time I was walking, an old woman came by and said, Bangambire Noruga America. Batoro ngwe kaikuru akagwa hansi yagamwebale muno mukayamba omwana wange. She was at their last. No twatahiremu na oxygen tanks injuka ntuzugura na Douglas Yonu, and they had nothing. People were just collapsing and dying just because there was no oxygen in the hospital. And I was so touched. Kekura agamba ninyo mwayambira omwana wange. Then as I was working in the hospital, nizira TAA kikyaro. Yeah, kikyaro. So those things. Tooro Baby's home. Actually, I was in one of the meetings, and they said among the people who have actually stood with Tooro Baby's home is TAA. Then Buhinga, I remember we also did some stuff on incubators. Abana bali never fall in Azaro mwana atahikire no incubator runi incubator muno gisangwa abana nka 10 buli nkobe babapangire bati. So we really need to go back home and invest in these things. Now, health, we can team up with people. I know we may say, nothing in the sente, how are we going to do it? But if Sazinu Masaroza Singzinga, Mutef, then if we give it years, one thing I've realized is for us, we are not looking at long term. Now, like you can imagine, 5 years ago, Albert, if we had started investing, how far would we be by now? Would be far. Would have a lot of land, would have hotels, would have schools, and then it is TAA. So I think we better stop talking too much and really go down and invest. I have my friends from Ankole, those who live abroad actually, not even Banyakigezi, because I asked them, are you in the Banyakigezi? They said, no, for us we're just a group of like 10 people. 2 are living in London, I think one in Canada, one is here. And these guys, when they show you things that they have invested together, you cannot believe it. So we need to start. I'm actually ending. Now, the challenges that we have. We have talked about all those plans. We know they can work. We know things will get better. But we have a lot of challenges in this. But as people, we can stand together. The first challenge we have back home is lack of transparency, corruption, and also lack of integrity. Like I said before, so many people have been conned of their money. Or you start a business with somebody, the last it can go is 1 year. Before you realize you're thrown out, your money is gone. So many things have happened. That's a challenge. And this does not only happen with people, but also with some of the leaders that we have. I can tell you, to get a land title, actually the other time I was talking with Hakiki, my land took 7 years to get a land title. I think yours even took more. So why would you take 7 years to get a land title of the land you truly own? So those are challenges. Some people even give up. And they say, to hell with the land title, and then the land starts getting, they start encroaching on it. So those are challenges we actually can go with. But we have an advantage. And I think as the ambassador is here, the chairman and maybe the incoming chairman will need to keep engaging them. Say, come on guys here, we live here, where life is straightforward. We are used to straightforward life. So why can't you at least try it with us and see if a member of TAA is chasing for their land title, just a call away, help them. And it only takes actually just 2 days in a real way to get a land title. So, but we don't. The other problem that we have in Fort Portal City is we have got the population growth, which is fast, especially the young people, those who have moved from the rural areas to come and get a better living in Fort Portal, but we cannot sustain them. The system cannot sustain them. You know how the youth here are catered for. When the youth come out of school, they need to have sports grounds. They need to have different clubs. They need to engage into something else other than just books and maybe work and work. So that is not actually in for. The only organization that is providing that is actually a golf club, which is I'm a member. And that golf club offers, of course, golf. They support the youth. Actually, another thing for you guys to be proud of, we have one of our boys called Rugumayo Edward. Now, he comes from Bukwale, actually. He's now one of the top golfers in the country ever to qualify for PGA. Yeah, and this boy was groomed at Tooro Golf Club. Now, we have tried to put up a few things like volleyball, basketball, to try and engage, but it's not enough because the number is so big. So, if the TAA comes up and say, let's do a recreational center, would that be a bad idea? Yeah, I'm almost done. No, they can't even ask over a beer, so no problem. The other challenge which I wanted to talk about is of course I talked about uncontrolled urbanization, unplanned immigrations, unemployment. That is one I'm going to end up with. We have a lot of guys out there who are doing nothing. They wake up in the morning, go on the pool table, or go for betting, which they don't even have money, or drink this is waraji and tonto, and they're very unproductive. How are we going to help those? Thank you very much. Members, you can ask questions.
Anyone? Thanks, Harali, for that engaging conversation, discussion, and more detailed information on investments in Fort Portal City. If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, you can put up your arm and I'll come to you so that you can have any clarifications, any questions, anything. Anybody?
I talk in your program, you have the way forward. So I make a suggestion that we loop that in, because the way forward, is it for TA or for Tooro, or is it for both? And we can combine those two programs together and then let the people go eat something.
Sure. Any questions? Oh, fantastic. On Akik, Amoti in Semeriro Corora, we have Aleyo Fort Portal, Orgeando.
This is not a question, but it's a comment. Our TA, our Fort Portal, we have created another thing which, doctor, you forgot, being of Harkufu Muntu, Tooro. The TA is represented with a flower. To representing Inyuen Abalhanu, we just put there our wreath as Tooro Americans Association.
Yes, I'm not sorry, mbaire nyeberu. Abokuba kuzika wait wo kukintu kikuru munu. Kuzika bokuba otozike ni bagamba aba America bakaga America no kuzika tebazika. But I think Amot, thank you for that initiative, and I always find her ready with the wreath. So thank you very much. But ask the chairman to give you a budget for that every time.
Another one here.
So umuntu bakwenda kuijanka Tooro, TA in a contact information. Someone wants to come to Fort Portal, for instance, maybe with suggestions. Who do we contact? And what is the phone number? Do you have an office?
Yes, I think I can answer that, and Akiki can supplement. We always have a representative for Uganda on the executive. But unfortunately, I think at the moment we don't have, because I think the one who was in Uganda migrated to Canada. And so that position remained vacant. But yes, ma'am, we always have a representative. And also, if you ask the committee, the executive, they have all the information that I was trying to say.
In fact, in tomorrow's meeting, in annual general meeting, one of the place we are going to think of is that one. And there's election going on now, and it will be finalized tomorrow. Nibakoma arava representative Waitu Kabarole. And we shall, once we get that one, tuja kumkuha, unde ijakoba on our website, nibaralie, no chikaroke, nesmoi. But Baitu, that question is very, very important. Thank you.
Ebi biona haliyekin. Kanyije.
My name is Varariange John Ndege, friend of Tooro because I'm a Moti. I'm a Moti because I was invited at one time very many years ago by this beautiful lady. I'm not talking just about Tooro. I'm talking about Ugandans in USA. We are here, and the only thing we do is to work, but not to invest. If you don't invest, you cannot multiply what you are earning. And this, I've been looking at it, but sometimes I fear because people have been conned so many times, they become very shy when you talk about investing. So conning is not just in Uganda, of course Uganda is a disaster. I've put money there and I've never got anything back. But here, we're here, all we need is to get ourselves together and get into programs which make money. I'm talking about the markets. People have put, when you look at Bitcoin, it starts with $5, today $60,000, something like that. When you look at so many other places we can invest as Ugandans and also become millionaires and plus a B plus whatever it is, we are not going to do it without investing in USA. Please, let's come together and try to find a viable way of investing and make Ugandans in America to be also rich. We are not going to do it if we don't look at USA. USA is the biggest market where the market is so big and people are so rich enough they can buy what we want to sell to them. Be it technology, be it whatever products and it is. But let's think positively about that. Invest in the USA. Invest in those areas which today make sense economically, will give you a return which is viable. That is my suggestion.
Thank you, Papa. That's Papa. Thank you so much. Everybody had. So one more last thing. Actually, I would like to recognize one of the gentlemen in this room. When I was in Uganda, you know, I was not sitting down. I was trying to look at some of my friends here and then some opportunities in Uganda and communicate. So one time I met the Kogere Foundation. I think we have a representative here. And these guys, what they are actually doing is trying to revive a mirwa ya Tooro, the culture and traditions. So they have dance groups, they do crafts, they actually have a museum, and they do a lot of promotions for the Tooro culture. So please, when you get time, go talk to the Kogere. They have a lot. Then the gentleman who I talked to and was willing to co-invest with the Kogere Foundation, especially on youth skilling and he had a lot of business plans for them. Dan Pat, thank you so much. Please stand up for your recognition. So Dan Pat is a retired general, retired major, and he has decided to try his hand to help co-partner with the Kogere Foundation, where they could be bringing youth here in functions like this to act and do exposure and also get money and other things in Fort Portal. So I really thank you, Dan Pat, because when I contacted you, we were in a meeting for the whole Tooro heritage, and you promised made TAA look very sounding. Thank you so much.
Achari kagzokindi rundi kuongeraho haliyevi ina kikihan
bagenzi baitu enganjani zaitu nasima mukama habakairekana kintu kwija kutwara kasumi kaingi baitu nkatoro ni kumbura. Can you hear me? Yeah, can. Okay, can you? Good. Ikintu buli kiro obutangana ngonza promoting our culture. Please nimbesengereza tutebwa culture. Nyonyi no bwana bwangu mu bwijukuru tubihempa ko bundi buzebwa umkaguze mpako amoti ngambo achiki, you know, but at the same time no manya ngunikimuka kandi obutumitinga mutie. In fact, when we first met, we said culture was one of the most important things. Tooro culture is very important, and I'm very proud of it. And whenever we do anything cultural, people are very happy. Like when we get a chance, I've got one of my grandkids, Neja Kutera, ukelele, enanga 1 or 2 verses, kubegesa, even enanga zeitu, they can also be promoted. So nimbe sengereza, waraba hoki, at least twina kuba na one, okay, portion of our culture. At least we make a point whether tulinkaha, tulihabugenyi, tutanga ine, tuizira hakiekiro, at least tulole tuabaza hoki, ekintu ekya culture. Kandi agahikaine ngoga koraki?
Ganena.
Gati gufa. Mukama beneinywe.
Akiki, thank you so much. So for that opinion, that is why we are saying abatoro bagamba ngwa kakira kembuzi kakoraki kasingora nembere kabyama. Hati, that's why when I talked about the likes of Dan Pats partnering with a cultural group in Fort Portal, that can be helping both of us. Fort Portal na hanabokuba naitu hanu itwenka nortoro tuturumanyire nturutabya emigenzo nemirwa byona tukyabimanya. So investing in that itself, first of all, it will make money and it will also uphold the cultural institution. Thank you. One more, Amote, one more. Douglas, let's have one more from Amote, please.
Otyo muno kumpa akagisa kubaze omulundi gwa kabiri. Ekintu ekya culture kintu kikuru muno. Kandi itwe nkaitwa abakaikuru hati nkanye haruhe ebintu ebitutandikiri kurora ngu ntwimukya ensinganto abakazi abaana abaisiki n'abandi ebi tubirabize mu machachi mothers union omurampa akagisa kubazaaho nsobora kuboleka n'ebisani na project eziturukora nuko abaana abasigazi baleke kwikara ngu emirimo baragitungaga mu office honka omwisiki aswerwe amanyire ngu neja kuyambe kaye nawe ayeyambe omunyoro kuba bataine sente iwe omukazi kweyimukya wenka okakora akengaro kateito okatunda kandi okahererera omwana neyo wenka okegurira akagita omurampa akagisa nja kubazaaho mboleke na project ebiturukora ebinyimukize kuraba mu machachi n'omu byaro kandi tuletireho na Tooro Americans Association ebintu byabusa kwoleka nkiki ebiturukora otyo muno kwimukya
kale amoti webale muno betkyonka bagamba ngo ebyabusa na medukuru bikahuwayo webale kutuletera ebyabusa beto ekintu kinde kimeni nkusaba business yawe egi aboramara getu introducingaho koko tuli mu investment discussion now itwe nka TAA how can we benefit or kukwateraho kurora ngu we have also partnered with you like how Dan Part is trying with Kogeri so that we all work together, we make money and we uphold our motherland.
So I think it'll be 2 p.m. We'll have a cultural discussion. So all the things you can park the wind now. So that when it comes to 2 p.m., we unpack everything that you have on the culture aspect of TAA. Arali, thank you so much for the engaging conversation and being brutally honest on some other things and giving us the way on what we are supposed to do and accomplish while we are in Fort Porto. That is the way how things are done. And so let's get together, continue to be a single unit so that we can be successful. All we need to provide there are simple core capabilities to our communities to make sure that they can do something for themselves or for ourselves as well. So without any further discussions on this, I think I would like to hear the way forward. And who can really close it off with a way forward for TAA, Tooro? How do we move forward? The way forward. I need somebody to give us some closing, or give us a bigger picture on the way forward. A way forward. Mzee wange hanu naenda kutoa his suggestions on the way forward.
Basogavaino, there are even fewer than you. So you are doing very well. But the way forward is that you should have more people, maybe 3 times as you are here today. Because the more people you attract, the more ideas you get, the more people you bring up. When you are few, you may do something, but it's not enough. So look at the factors which are making people not join. Is it economical? Is it a problem of leadership? Is it marketing? What is it? Look at those aspects so that next year we are not just 100, but it shall be 300, because I'm sure we are more than 5,000 Tooro in United States. And having only 100 is not enough. Please, let's look and start making Tooro bigger and bigger, especially the youth, because the youth are the future. This problem, with Basoga, assembly with the UNA, is it the big one, UNA, is not maybe doing enough to know why are the people not joining. That's my suggestion for the future. I think maybe the fees are too high. I don't know. Yeah, look at that.
Thank you, Mzee Ndege, for that suggestion and advice. And someone else can contribute to the, or give us an inference, a big, how do we move forward?
Thank you so much, Atwaki. Arali webale presentation yawe, akiki nayo webale tukumakuma. Nabantu nywe nabaizirani nibara nyarwa kyaka mpaka apuli. Presentation yabaire nongi. Na haturugire abamu tusoko batakumanyayo, but kwika hanu tuina haturugire. Kurora tuina platform sazinu, tukubalizaho ha speed ya haiguru. Kuja kwika hanu roho bingi, ebya mukuru bakasara na professor baizirani bakora na arali, utahentandikwa. So kakubeje ntandikwe kabetaro sazinu twakwitaniye nekitukanura kwikara hanu tukagire twabaze kutuombeka. Byone bitubalize mbere ni ndora missing link eyebaire mu presentation ya arali eri kuleta mubala kuteka mu connection. Abokuba sazinu we are in a technology driven world. So arali presentation erha tugende Tooro obunda abangire Fort Potro obunda abampikireyo baitu nitumanya nti tuina challenges hanu nti tuina abantu abaina access to move across the world, tuina abantu abamaguru gakyasibire, but we need to incorporate everybody. Abamaguru gasibire baina capabilities baina sente nibasokwa nibakora nokukira abamaguru gakurbata abokuba bo sente zabo nibayisavinga. Abamaguru gakurbata every year half of their budget is on moving because they have access to move. So mbasisa sente, in other words. Vali, of course, abokuba half of your budget is on travels. Even governments waste money in travels. So, kakuba tuba tugamba nyenda ko suggest example eya ebitoke no butale nkoko balizeho, people are not taking advantage of the market. Ninyenda ku challenging bala because it's in technology. How can we harness technology to leverage it to coordinating ngobutalo using technology in the United States? Because the guy who started the GPS is connecting the whole world, and that person is making money. And that's what we have to do. Nyoni imanya ntaro hebitoke bukwali, haro hebitoke kitumba, bete bitoke kirubingi buruga kiyombya. Mu Fort Potro mutauni busaho wali mamu hebitoke. I have land in Fort Potro city, in the town, Maguru. Bete bitoke binye naho byokuliseka yange, that's it. Tinso kubiteka akatale nkabitunda. So kakwa tukosa technology, tukateka platform eye kuleta abalimi bebitoka bokuba abalimi bo basomere baita bakubihayo habugari bakabisindikanye nchakara tukabirindira harukoto virika mukachwamba tebasomere baitugo mulimo gwabo go kwate nkota mukageze kujya hakagarike akaiteka akaisindika bayisa mukaga ikiza mukatale itunzire sorizemo bisente bwo butaito bwo kulisekayo no kutwara abana be muirwara akagaruka muka. That's it. So yito kakuba tuteka platform eyo gamba nti ebitoke bira hanu no ordering kitoke no kitunga using technology. Enyanya ziri hanu kinu kira hanu. First of all, we are bringing products to the market. Two is we are telling people that you can access these products in a one-stop center, which is on your phone, because we are in an era where everyone is using a smartphone. But also three, we are creating jobs. That there are people who are going just to use the app to be orano ende kitoke teka mu order nchikuletere muka yawe nyene obugenyi no ende bitoke bingano bireservinga kara so tokusisa bwire no hayaja kuserera bitoke yola ha committee yo kuserera bitoke yola hayenyanya so bala can we think of how we can harness technology to do all the investments that Aral suggests so that we are in the United States but we are in control of everything that is happening around us. Thank you so much.
Webale empako tinga kwasi apuli webale kuhanura kurungi oko technology is the way to go ebintu byona nebikorwa nebisoboka sazino niyenda twine kugenda halanch obwire buno bugya kusera akahogo hati ninja kusaba orahukieho dakika seconds
mwebale muno nyawa maragange banyita Robert Birungi nyikara Bunyoro so tinyikara Tooro ningenda kubazaho ekintu kitwakozere Bunyoro. It's similar to this but tukieta Bunyoro Batoro Association. Tuli Batoro tuikara Bunyoro. Bunyoro ekuzire muno because of oil. So the Batoro, we have taken advantage of that. The old man has said that there is power in numbers. So what we've done, we started a group of Batoros. Then everyone you meet on the street, we have a WhatsApp group, we register everyone. We add everyone. So we also identify their skills. Some of them are doctors, some of them are nurses. So umwana wawo akubarwe no gamba mtwale mwananka no ajanjaba. Then there are businesses. So we also register like their business, special skills and businesses, what they do. Some of them have boutiques, some of them have bars, some of them have hotels. So that is for supporting each other. That is basically what we do. And then we also started saving. So every one of them, like every month, we ensure that someone saves 10,000, 20,000. Now, we've accumulated a lot of money. I'm not going to say the amount here, but it's a lot of money. But what we actually want to do is each member can identify something that they can do. Like we carry out like a hackathon or something like that, and then say, this is a good investment. What are we going to get out of this investment? How will each one of the members benefit from this investment? But one of the suggestions was like, if we accumulate enough money, can we get a big chunk of land? Bunyoro amataka gali so cheap. An acre can even go for about 3 million Bunyoro, and that is the oil city. So if we get like 100 acres out of that, we can split it up for everyone to benefit. Or maybe we are actually thinking of growing sugarcane, because sugarcane you can get like 100 million in a month or something like that, Ugandan shillings. So those are things that we're basically looking at. So another thing that I would want to talk about is that about the food, the business and the apps and all that. Haroho, let me not mention the trip, but Harohabanto Abaiziri, because of oil and there are so many companies in that region, what they do with the food is they set up something, it's like a food collection center. It has cold storage. So, buli muntu wena buli farmer a registeringa nabo. Buli kintu kyona vakedo, biki, miyembe, bagura buli kimu. But they have market this side. So even though we do whatever we can do, if there is no ready market, and they export. So, nkaba nimbaza nabangamba, what that company requires, we can satisfy that market. So they register every farmer. Noburabo inaki, ngunyonyo nomtu gwangu avocado, you carry the way, they buy in kilograms. So nebaleta, nebabipima, then they export to Europe. I don't know whether we can, so long as we have the market here, then we can go to the ordinary farmer. We have a cold storage facility, and then we actually help that person directly. So we can develop the app to monitor like what is missing, whatever it is. I think that is very possible. Everyone is registered. And they have a particular type of bananas they actually want, and particular weights, and particular avocado, particular nyanyas, na kabeji, that is what they do, but it's some other tribe that actually does that. So, but they are all based there. So thinking on those lines, I can talk about my associations, that is what we are basically driving at, but it's possible. So how do we get registering each and every Mutoro? We've done that in Hoima, tusangangana mukatali, oli Mutoro, kanimpura no bazamu Toro, ngwe, ni Mutoro, olganka ngwe, hatu ina group yetu hanu, tukora kinu na kinu. So we help each other, omuntu wakubaferirwe, when there are weddings, when there are all these other things. There is a lady actually who, akabaino mwana jakora primary 7, so twamuyambaho school fees, she was really hard up and all those things. So we do all those other things. Someone brings a problem on the group and then we solve it. So in a nutshell, that is our Bunyoro Batoro Association. Thank you very much.
So empako agira ni wa adieri. Ati nyombe ni I was thinking, are you already a member of TAA? Oh, great. So I was thinking, Kiki and the rest, why don't you bring your group, since Tooro, and then we make the number in Tooro, so that, because you have very good ideas and we like them. So once you get your members, incorporate them into TAA, then we'll have moved the milestone. Yeah? Yeah, exactly. They will want. This is big.
So webale muno harali, mwebale inyuena, tuchainayo obwiro woku discussing at a later stage. Let me ningera to get sere ekyokulya. Let's take a break. Tuija garuka saha munana. Wundi nja kunaga mwezi ndi dakika nkaitane teka muhando betu. Let me recognize Reverend Wangi ibara ndiyebu atenyi yemera bakororo hubere ha abantu. Amen. We bale kwija aba Canada bali inkampulire ne babazaho. Canadians? Stand up. Oh man. Stand up for recognition, Canadians. Hey, mwebale muno. Mwebale muno kwija. Tugetseera kukulya. Tumale tugaruka hano saha munana. Tugumizeye n'emirimo mirungi. Reverend ngo biru ya lanchere ha chairman. Ngo osabe lanchere chairman na jakoraho. Ngo tusabe nyompulire kubi ngo osabere ebyokulya bitukujja kulya. Kankuletera akantu.
Kubanza ningonza kubasima muno habwakino ekimukozire ningonza kusima omukulembezi waitu Dr. waitu mukama kuhomugisa na family yawe byona bimubalize bikuru muno katweyongere kusaba Ruhanga.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we listen to Reverend Nabaza? Reverend Wabaza abantu bachulera bahuliriza.
Nimba sima muno byone bimukozire Ruhanga bahomugisa na Dr. waitu Kisembo kurora anti twena natuteka hamo mukama bahomugisa katusabe. Ruhanga isito Ruhanga omwana Ruhanga moya rukwera ntukusima habo kutuleta mu Amerika nitwe baha baitwiwo kakitukora kandi okagamba nti mbere muragenda gahona ninja kubaheranga yomugisa kandi tukimanye nti east and west home is best. Uganda yaitu ya haiguru muno kandi Tooro ya mahano muno na byone byekozire na hano mukama tukozese otuhomugisa kandi byona tuleke kubuhura baitu tubiteke mu nkora kandi mukama ntuhayo ekyokulya cyaitu ekitugenda kulya naba bakitekanize obahomugisa itweno tuhere mu mugisa tusabira abo bona cyali abataine kyokulya abarwaire abafeerirwe boona bakubagize mu ibara ly'eisiitwe n'omwana n'omwoyo arukwera. Amina.
Bon appétit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you've seen, this comes to the last part, the second part of Tooro Convention. We are still, Diaspora TV, still giving you most of the things, and we're still giving you more and more information. And for those of you who are outside there and you're looking for this place for your IDs, come to 15 Middlesex Parkway here in Woburn for your IDs in one of the rooms. Ask somebody, or the ushers will direct you where they are. And as you've heard, people are calling up for investment in the Tooro region, and everything as we conclude this for the first day. So from here, we're going to have a lunch break. We'll be back later at around 2 or 2:30. And after that, it's already 2 right now. So we'll be back after a few minutes, a few hours after the lunch break. And remember, we have a soccer match. That's what is going to be happening in Waltham near Bentley's. For those of you around Waltham, we can find you at Bentley's playground, Bentley's University playground in Waltham. That's where we're going to be. This is Diaspora TV, and the sound you hear in the background is provided by Music Through Entertainment by Mark Kwagala and James Kalunji. Those are sound providers. And this is Diaspora TV. Alan Watson is my name.
Don't pursue inga tenjagale nguza bomutima tokulekele mbali nabalukela kama yamemekatale songa ova one kunyoko gantikale mutufu di muntu eransobya mungeli muendala sanawe tetulibikobula bemanya kwesiga makonti yange ID, yeah. Yes, I will be fine, yeah. I'm trying out to living off your love, love, love. With you, I'm feeling only down, down, down. Show manye wange talo, talo, talo. E wonde kwe master passport, yeah, wose kwe tala, yeah.
All over nyuma. Mpunzika sinema oluvanyuma engoye zimyansa ffe tulizambala ndiyatula mu lwato oluvanyuma mumbeca wange ng'olina kadde nga n'omulangira nnina obudde ebibatu byaffe nga byekutte nga tubayitako bagamba y'abaffe liri basanya oluvanyuma nza okubuulira oli olidde mu kibuuzo lwaki kwagala bino ebyokunsi ne mu bwengula olugendo lw'obulamu bwaffe lwakuwambuwa mu mbeja wange ng'olinagadde nga n'omulangira nnina obudde mukama yo yapima obudde bamupima kuba tumwekutte oluvannyuma olw'oluvannyuma niribasanyuwe n'oluvannyuma nzandi kwagala n'obulamu bwe nnina nze nawe oluvannyuma You know when you're for me, I kinda knew we could be alright. If only you could look inside me. Ngamutima ndawabala nyamba obuzemu just tell me gwengabaguba gulina okunoga gemanya nkola nnyo baby mumbeera yonna tulina okuloga niribasanya oluvannyuma nza kubuulira olidde mu kibuuzo lwaki kwagala bino ebyokunsi ne mu bwengula olugendo lw'obulamu bwaffe lwakuwambuwa mu mbeja wange ng'olinagadde ng'olina n'omulangira nnina obudde mukama yapima bamupimu kuba tumwekutte oluvannyuma olw'oluvannyuma niribasanyuwe oluvannyuma
Saba kutumirako nawe tongoba nasuze bubingo wange kwendowooza byonna ebiwundu by'omutima n'ebitonya kaffe njagala gyali wala radio kansuubira kiwulira kwensinzidde okutumira okenanolwayo gy'oli eyo limba ng'okimanyi ne oba kumpi nkumisinga tobuuza kyali gyendi ekyo nawe kyeraga yawumusa omutima munda gutabula kajiko kasukaali kuva ku ssomero nga twewala sikaali ye musawo w'omutima gwange oluusi takola mulowoozaako ne bwe basekendi antabula owange ntabula nkutumidde gwe nasima nkutumidde yene wange ntambula butambuzi nga neelokosa wandalula simanya walumwa nga gyesirye yalumwa kuno omutima gwaculaacula biwundu ngusibya bigwanso nze naye twakaba na musaayi nasuubiza kuba omuso gakura nina later I give you love in a true form and I'ma pick your calls whenever you call alimanja byatambula era yekakumanja notasasula munda mu mutima yeye kansala tumira kuva wano Kampala zukukana njala we mulota agenze nabo abarangi rova ganafuye mwakalabilavu machuwa mbisana nebyomukwano gwewala kumisinga lafu ya hawa eno true love mwakalabilavu machuwa nkutumide wenasima nkutumide ene wange ntungula butambuzi nga neelokosa wandalula simanya walumwa nga gyesirye
muniwalange munyinyo b'enjuba era olumukunonya kunsumbula watula mu mutima simanyi na kyakkola nze nanze nontobezanga ku bwenkuba n'amaziga genkaaba kikye nakula emisuwa kifunze n'otulusi kyafuna simanyi obunzijukira simanyi oba byali gaddala simanyi nakyakutwala naye gwe wali watuula munda simanyi obunzijukira simanyi oba byali gaddala simanyi nakyakutwala ekyakuliza n'omutima kyagukyusa kyakutwala naye gwe wali watuula munda simanyi obunzijukira simanyi oba byali byaddala simanyi nakyakutwala
wakati emyenda ya Tooro inywena abakwikara nseri ya mayanja nimbaramukya kandi nimbagonza muno ibara basemera Alice empaka Adieri musundukati mwiho w'abachaki mujukuru w'abatwa n'abachwezi omuziro gwange ntimba nimbanza kutwara omugisa kusiima emyenda inywenda habo